Hi, I'm MTT Josh, and welcome to another brand new video. Today we're looking at Tiamat, which was suggested to me, recommended to me by my latest Patreon, Red Hawk, who is now a dragon god in the dragon god tier on Patreon. So it gives him access to a load of perks. Check out the descriptions below. But this is for you, Red Hawk. So I'm going to take Red Hawk's deck list that he's given me. I'm going to see how I like the look of it. I'll change a few things, try and keep it as close to the original as possible, have some games, and I might even change it if I fancy midway through. So let's get through to the intro. Okay, awesome. So here we are. Here's the raw deck list that Red Hawk gratefully sent me. So this is a list that he says he likes to use. And I can see some really awesome things so far. Let's have a look at the land count, 39. So that triggers me a bit just because I like to have 40 lands. So let's just change a few things around. I think we are going to take out, I've said it before in the previous video, but I don't like pathways in any decks that have more than 2 colors, because most of the time you're just going to want to have access to multicolor lands. So we'll take those out. And I wonder how many triomes we have in the deck. Only one. I think we're going to add all of them, just because having access to all the triomes is really great. We're probably going to be in Hell Q. I'm not sure. Is Tiamat Hell Q or high tier? I mean, knowing my algorithm and knowing my luck, it's going to be ridiculously crazy. I think we're also going to take out Prismatic Vista, because I don't want to use a Mythic Rare on that one. I'm going to take that out because I've got a better version of that, I think. And we'll take out the Mana Confluence, take out the... Actually, Cavern of Souls is actually quite good here. So we're going to take out those. There's not the full spectrum. Do we actually have... We have some of the fetches, but do we have the Surveil lands? Well, they're saying that. Is Surveil lands better than the other 3 triomes? Because we also have... Let's just go through the rare land slot and have a look and see what we can add in the triple section. I can't remember what exactly I have unlocked. Okay, so here we go. So we've got a Rafine's Tower, and because we have fetch land, this works quite well. So we're going to go for the triomes from New Capenna. Probably not going to go for these. World Tree is already in there. So we've got 35. We could put some Surveil lands in, or we could check land, library, battlefield. I wish there was an easy way to just check for fetches, but sadly there's not. So I've got Arid Mesa that we're missing. Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs. I think that's all of them, unless I'm missing... Am I missing any of the fetches here? Someone out there with much better memory than me is looking and going, yes, I've missed X, Y, Z. And yeah, the reason we want to go for these is because they can get the triomes, all the triomes. So now, I feel like, let's go 39. So what we shall do, I can see that we've only got... I want to go for at least 2 of each basic, in case people go for Field of Ruin effects or something like that. So then we've got 2 surplus. So it looks like we've got the shocks and the checks. Shock and check. Shock and check. Shock and check. 2 surplus. You know what? I'm actually going to take out the Cavern of Souls because it's higher weighted. And how many does that leave us now? 40. Okay, that's fine. So I think the lands I'm actually really happy with. I don't need any other utility. Because we've got 5-color deck, we need to have access to all this stuff all the time. And I know 10 tap lands, there's a hell of a lot, but 5-color really needs it. So something else I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock a few of the cards. I don't know, just bear with me a sec. So yeah, 40 lands, but we have a surplus of 1 in the deck. So we're going to unlock Draconic Debut, because that's actually pretty good, and that's already been selected. Although saying that, I don't need to search in there, do I? Okay, let's just do it at the end. So Swashbuckler Extraordinaire. It is a dragon, But do we want to search for it? Omen Path Journey. Exile, Shuffle. That seems quite slow because you only put them into play on your end step and only one for 4 mana. I think that's not so great. I'm actually pretty happy with these. I'm going to take the Dragon out because I'm not a massive fan of that one. All right, and then let's review. So there was a better, I think there's a lot better, what's it called? Omen Path? There's a card that reveal X land, and it's green. Open the Way. Reveal cards on top of your library until you reveal X land cards. Put those lands on the battlefield tapped. I think that's actually... So X can't be greater than the number of players in the game. So basically that means for X equals 2, in this instance we get 2 lands. And that's actually good because you can get tap lands into play, and you can get trumps into play. So we'll go for that. I really like that one. And we only have 2 1-mana dork guys. Is that going to be okay? And is Authority the Consoles? Is this the kind of deck for Authority the Consoles? I'm not entirely sure. I feel like we're missing a few dragons here that I might use. We've got things that search for dragons as well. These seem actually pretty good in this build. I do like that. I'm not sure if I like... I'm not sure if I like these guys that just tap for green and it's just the same as a Birds of Paradise, but you gain 2 life. I'm really not too worried about that. So I'm going to take that out. The same with Orb of Dragonkind, although at least Orb of Dragonkind gives you any colour. This is actually tricky. This is a tricky deck tech. So I'm going to go for... Let's replace 1 for 1, otherwise I'm going to lose my place. Add green. We'll go for Elvish Mystic. Trying to think what else I want to take out on the latter end. 5 mana for 2 isn't so great. We can already do this for 2 mana. So I feel like that's not too epic. I think I'm just going for Llanowar Elves. Your dragons seem fine. Timeless Lotus. 5 for 5. That's actually really good. They went this way. Search for a basic. Tap. Oh, just 1 basic. That's not a very good rate. I'd rather go for the one that seeks. So Settle the Wilds. I think that's better. And I think Enters Restoration is a bit of a... Oh, no, this is good. This is good. This can get 3 lands. It's Harrow. I'm not too fond of. Sacking a land and then... This is only good if you have landfall synergy, and we don't really. I can't see any. So I'm actually going to take Harrow out and put in Cultivate. Oh no, we already have Cultivate, don't we? Got Flare of Cultivation. Where's regular Cultivate then? Oh, it's there because it's a Japanese one. Okay, fine. Yeah, I think we can definitely streamline a few things here. So I'm happy to craft that last card. So I know I'm changing a few things, but it's just for optimization's sake. And I don't know how I feel about Chromatic Lantern. It's 3 mana rocks. They're in a funny place. I think I'm actually... I know it fixes. I know, but 3 mana to get it blown up by a 1 mana red spell, it just feels a bit too slow. So we're going to put Glimpse the Core, which just gets a forest, but that's exactly why I've got 2 forests in the deck. So we might miss with that, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. And I'm looking at some of these spells and I'm thinking, because we're a tap-out deck, we're not a reactive deck. We want to keep playing stuff every single turn and hitting the field with aggressive, offensive things. I don't feel like Tiamat is a very good deck to have counter spells, and also because that having to get 2 blue in this deck is going to be tough, and if you counter something, this only gives you colourless anyway, which doesn't help you cast your commander. So I would really advise against Mana Drain in multicolour decks more than 2 colours, I'd say. So I'm actually going to take out Mana Drain and Wash Away. And I know it might feel bad, but you're actually also reducing the power of the deck, because Mana Drain, it's a really high power card. You're going to see a lot of powerful stuff. And we're going to take out Authority Consoles as well, because I don't really see any synergy without as much. So let's just fill those gaps. So instead of counter spells, I think we're just going to have removal spells, because we want to be able to take care of smaller things that will manage to slip the net. So Fateful Absence is good. I think we're also going to go for, believe it or not, Lightning Bolt, because it's just that good. It's just so good. Bit of Triumph is good as well. So I've got white, blue, black, red. Tempted to go for, I mean, Lightning Helix would be good, but go for Destroy Creature. We've got Get Lost. And then we've got Exile Creature for 1 mana. I'm so sorry, I'd never remember the names of these. There's so many. Fragment Reality, so that's good. So I already think this is just a lot better, because it's kind of, you're filling out your early turns a lot more, especially, as I said, given that we're going to be facing a lot of really crazy high-power decks. A lot of these other things I think are really good, and the core of it. Before we go forward, I just want to look at the mythic dragons that we haven't actually got in the deck, because there might be one that I see and I think, oh my goodness, I have to put that in. So we go to mythic rare here for the dragons. Oh, there's so many, aren't there? Imrith is really great. Oh, Dragonhawk as well. Do we just go all out for these things? I tell you what, we'll put the cool things in that I love. So I love Dragonhawk. I'm so tempted to unlock that artwork. So we've got Dragonhawk, Goldspan Dragon. What else? There's not too many. Terror of the Peaks, already great. Green ones aren't as exciting. Velomachus. Surprised that's not in there. Got one of the bonuses. To be honest, not that far. Oh, Zergo and Ojutai is really good as well. And even Heragas would be good because of the Emerge. Do we want that? Let's just put it in for now. So we're very, very close to what I would call a pretty tight build. Tempting to take out. I'm really tempted to actually, in hindsight, Kalia searches for Angel, Demon, and Dragon, but you're only ever going to get maximum 1 dragon, unless they cross types, which is really unlikely. So I actually think that's going to come out, to be perfectly honest. This is still good because it's a cheap threat. Magda. Again, if Magda's in here because... The thing about Magda is you have to commit a crime to get a treasure. I feel like I'd rather just have the other Magda. Yeah, I think it's diluting the plan of the deck. I'm changing so many cards now. Sacrifice to get 2 red. But you've already spent 2 mana to get that. You've already spent... So you're spending 2 mana to get 2 mana back later. That's kind of cool. That is actually kind of cool. It's like a very slow dark ritual, right? Defense of the Heart's great. Path. Verdict, Galazeth, Bolus. Ooh. So many good dragons. Inferno, Rebuke. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. 3 cards to cut as well. Maybe we just cut Kalia, because she's not a dragon. The Timeless Lotus is basically a better version of Gilded Lotus, ain't it? We've already got so much ramp in the early turns. But then our commander is really expensive, to be fair. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what to do now. That's kind of cool. Because I've got a built-in removal spell. We'll move that to slot 2. Heragas gives each creature Emerge, which is kind of good, but I feel like it doesn't really fit the sacrifice theme of the deck. And Velomachus probably is not in it because we're not focused on spells, actually. So in hindsight, yeah, I totally get it. Miriam's going to do a lot of work. And we need to cut one more card before we can enter. Hexproof. Haste. Dragon's Fire. Reveal a dragon to deal 3. Or reveal a dragon and deal damage equal to the power. But we've already got white and black in the deck, so this is kind of null and void. What would be better than just killing a creature outright? Yeah, Dragon's Fire. I think the theme of that card was great. Okay, we've finally reached. I think this is actually a really good build. We've got a lot of ramp in the early turns now. It's pretty similar to the original build. The lands satisfy my OCD quota. Pretty much all the patterns are there of this symmetry. And 40 lands. I don't know, what do you think? This would be my build going in. Everyone tweaks their decks after all. So let's see how it does. Hope you like it, Red Hawk, and let's see if we can kick some ass today for you, my friend. Okay, we will keep this hand. The fetch is kind of nice because we can get all the colours we need. Once we get to Migration Path, I'm going to feel pretty safe. What do we want to get here? Green, white. Okay. So obviously it's quite risky because if it dies, we lose the ability to get the mana back. I just want to test this card. Not sure on... Oh, that means the Migration Path is going, I guess. Okay, so apparently Reckless Barbarian is the card to keep, guys. Keep it in your deck. Going up against Davriel. So that's quite imposing, especially because we don't have any ways to draw cards back in our hand. But I suppose Tiamat kind of says draw 5. So if we can resolve that, it should be pretty good. Next turn, Carnelian Orb. Sweet. Nice ramp everywhere. Lightning Bolt as well to deal with the Davriel, perhaps. Eventually. Arcane Signet. Okay. And divest. Well, there goes the Ancient Copper Dragon. This is going to be a really horrific matchup, to be honest. We're just not going to be able to resolve anything much. 3. Okay, well, we have 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we don't have the mana variants, I don't think. We've actually got green, white, green, red. We'll see. They're looking at our artifact. Now, people don't normally look at stuff unless they can interact with it, which is kind of scary. What has black got that can kill artifacts? I'm not sure. So, as I say, when you face in mono black discard decks, once you go down to 0 or no cards, basically, they're just not that effective. Discard. Ugh. Well, if we're going to lose everything, we might as well bloody hit them, right? But yeah, we're kind of screwed now. They're discarding as well. So, yeah, that felt pretty damn aggressive. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we're running an empty. We just need a land. Can we get one? Who knows? But what does a discard deck do now that we have no cards? You know what I'm saying? Kind of wish I had Seville lands in the deck now. This would have been a nice opportunity. But getting a tap land out is nice. Kill the Lotus. Okay, well, at least that's nice. Because black can't deal with artifacts. So, I guess the only issue with Gild Lotus, although it's good, it taps for 3 of any colour. 1 colour. So it doesn't give you the mana dispersion. And they're not really going to get much out of Davriel, are they? Because we've got haste, so... And we get 5 dragons now. It's not looking good for them. Oh, so many things we want to pick. 1. Oh, it's brutal with the Fearsome Whelp as well. Miriam, that's in honour of you. my friend. You're looking at this and you're thinking, yep, that's what you would have chosen as well. 4, 5, there we go. And they'll all get discounted by the whelp too. Thing is, we could smack Davriel, but we could also deal 7 to them. Ah, but then I don't want to lose any of these cards. Yeah, I don't want to lose any of them. I don't know.
Finally.
Maybe that made a difference. I don't know. We'll see. We're making all of our dragons cheaper there. They're going to be able to come down a lot faster than usual. I'm a bit scared that they're still playing the game, which means they have a solution of some kind. But yeah, this Carnelian Orb is crazy. So they're going to make us discard a dragon. Oh, man. If it's just 4 discard spells, I'm going to be pretty sad. So Bladewing the Risen brings any dragon back. So if they don't discard this, it means that whatever they discard, apart from that, will come back, which is not really good. But if they don't discard that, then, yeah. God damn it. And the exile 2 things. That's crazy. I suppose the plus side is if they kill the Tiamat, we can just play it again and get 5 more dragons. So I'm not sure there's much they can do here. Grief. They really are just still trying their best to get rid of the cards in our hand, but Yorgmoth's File Offering, that's why they played the Davriel. So a good thing we didn't ignore it then. Now what? Mind Rot? This is going to be unprecedented. Toxic Deluge! Screw that. They paid 7 life as well. Damn! Holy crap. As if they had... Like, if Tiamat didn't do that, if Tiamat just gave us none card draw, I legit think we probably would have lost there, but my goodness, that was brutal. Right, we're going up against Helga. Helga! Which is the previous video I made for Red Hawk. Let's see if we can beat the cheeky old froggy. It's got to be the strongest frog they've ever made, right? It looks tiny, but my goodness. It's as small as a leaf, but the power level on this is pretty scary, actually. Into the north. Well, that changes things a tad. And now I'm going to use that rather than going for another tap land. Oh, I misclicked. I should have gone for a tri land there. But, oh no, actually, no, that's fine. That is actually... I thought I misclicked, when in actuality, I did not. I accidentally clicked the right land. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to use Into the North, which would have been a horrible mistake. Okie dokie. Prismatic Vista. We probably want to keep the Rift up, right? We go for Helga. Supreme Verdict. Nice. Do we just go for... So we need white, white, blue. White. Yeah, we're gonna play this. And then maybe next turn we go for the verdict if they play some other creature of some kind. We'll see. Although they only get a bonus from casting creature with mana value 4 greater, so we'll see. Oh, they didn't play anything. Does that mean it's just counter spells? Is every blue that just counter spells now? Which one shall we go for? Let's go for Gilded Lotus. Okay. I went for that because if they countered that, it wouldn't have been as bad as if they had countered this. But, seems decent. So now we... Railway Brawler. We definitely want to go for the Supreme Verdict on our next turn, sadly, because those two together that's just so crazy. Creatures coming in with extra counters. This taps for 2 now. They draw cards, gaining life. It's just so silly. I mean, I could play Tiamat out, but then I'd also be discarding loads of cards. Let's just go for this. And then Fearsome Whelp makes our 2 dragons in our hand a bit cheaper. That's kind of sweet. I like Fearsome Whelp. Pretty damn good when the dragons in our hand cost $1 bajillion. Here comes Helga again. I'm actually very tempted to rift it here. Just to optimize our mana. And yes, I know I can overload it later on. But slowing them down is going to be hyper important. So if I do this, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And also, oh, this is great because the Fearsome Whelp makes everything in the hand cheaper. This is ridiculous. Right, Miriam, Inferno, Bladewing. They're all good. They're all good. Let's just go literally 5 randoms. They're all really great. You can't really go wrong. And I don't think there's... Oh, if we discard... If we discard Earthquake Dragon, we can bring it back with the Bladewing. And also, it perpetually costs 3. So it's still cheaper even if we get it back to our hands. That's good. But yeah, what I was saying was there's a card that can make you discard all your non-lands, but there's not a card that makes you discard all your creatures, I don't think. Oh, Gilded Lotus goes. Sad times. Dragon spells cost cheaper. Nice. Guess we go for Miriam then. Get more dragons out. Beautiful. Oh, that's crazy. Look at the 2 mana gold span. That's ferocious. Board wipe would be very bad right now. But I think if they don't board wipe, then we just probably win. We'll see. Although they could have something like a Cyclonic Rift or, I don't know, some kind of horrendous board wipe. Hullbreaker Horror, so they can start bouncing our stuff. That is gross. That's a 7/9 Helga. Disgusting. And a Galta. Galta, bounce something. They're gonna bounce that, but then we can replay it. Do they have reach? They don't have any mana left, or haste, or reach, or anything. So I think they're just dead. So we get doubles of the dragons. So when we attack with Gold Span, oh my goodness, so many manas. It's got haste as well. I think we've just done it right. Double hasters, double everything. Oh! That's so great. That's crazy. That's so freaking crazy. Right, let's see how this goes. Nothing is certain though, but if we can keep Ravaz out, then it means we can have a bit of ramp here. I always forget he adds 2 mana. For dragons only, but still really nice. I'd just like to get some natural ramp with Poss. Might as well just do this now. I feel like the deck could most definitely do with some Surveil lands, because sometimes with the fetch land, you just want to guarantee the next card. But the issue obviously is that then you'd have fewer options in terms of mana choice. Like a Triumph is just so nice, giving you 3 colours. You can just worry a lot less. I feel like Ravaz is doomed to not survive, to be honest. But I suppose next time we can give the Bolus. And we got Fragment Reality for the Elender, so we'll kill. Smacking in. Okay, well I suppose we're hitting land drops. And then next turn we can go for Dragon Hawk, which is pretty epic. Village Rites in response, no less. Draw 2 cards so they can discard more. Yeah, I guess that does actually make sense for once. A play where the opponent rushes out and actually impacts. Birth of Meletis. Meletis in my burger. Meletis. The birth of. Spark Harvest. God damn it, man. I mean, the thing is, at least a lender isn't out when this is happening. So we do have that on our side. The other sad thing is, all our dragons are coming down before Miriam, but the good side is, once we get to Tiamat, we'll have lots of dragons. The Three Sisters is going to make us sacrifice a creature. Oh, for God's sake. So irritating. Oh. Oh my God, they've literally had how many kill spells? 3 in a row, and they've got another one here with the Weird Sisters. Not going to lie, that is a piss take. Absolute piss take. So we have to kill that. Jeez. Just kill spells. Their personality is kill spells. Ophiomancer makes snakes. I don't really care about that. Yeheni, kind of annoying. I do want to get rid of that. But they get something in return. A Cruel Celebrant. Oof, that's even worse. Defense of the Heart. Oh, let's see if we can get that off. So now they're desperately looking for enchantment removal. Let me guess they're going to just find it here, or they're going to draw into it or something. Yep, they're terrified now. Did they find it? Did they find it? They're going to go full-blown attack. So we're going to need something excellent. We get 2 excellent creatures. What's it going to be? Something that can kill? Maybe? Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's good. Terror. And... oh, Terror and Old Gnawbone. That's kind of crazy, right? I think we kill the Cruel Celebrant first, because that's going to drain us to death if we don't do that. Oof. And that can resurrect a dragon as well. Oof. Guess we'll go for this first. So we kill that. Oh! Smashing job there, dragons. Defense of the Heart for the win. Such a cheeky card, isn't it? Right, let's keep this hand, see how we get on. Against Arvad. They can cast this guy from the graveyard. That's his special quirk. Not a very good hand, but I've already mulliganed once, so I don't really want to go down again. So annoying how when you select stuff in the selector, if you select something too far left or too far right, it doesn't register. So you have to like hover over it, like in the middle of the screen. It's such a strange kind of design implementation thing. Just weird. Also, if you're playing on a mobile phone, the same thing happens when you're trying to press the button with your finger. It just doesn't like it. Good start, though. Do we go for Galazeth next turn, or do we go for defense? Not sure. I think we go for the Galazeth. Does he have Death Touch? He does. So I think we just go for the haste. I don't really want to block the Arvad. Once we get to Old Gnawbone, this is going to be insane. But also, Defense of the Heart's going to be great too. Oh, gross. Oh, no. So many things. 3 for 1. River's Rebuke. Now we just pray that we get Defense of the Heart to go off. What are the chances they have enchantment removal? Super high, because they're Orzhov. And wow, they just fold to defense. That's crazy. I guess if you don't have the removal, that's the second time today I've just played this in one game. That is wild. All right, let's give this hand a go. So got a bit of ramp, kill spell, cheaty card. Although we don't actually have any big creatures in our hand. This is a good setup for when we do actually cast the Tiamat. Searching for a basic and they're going to get a food. Okay. And I really missed the Surveil lands. I would highly recommend putting some Surveil lands in, to be honest. Even though we've done okay, I think Surveil lands just add It's quite a big edge. And we're well on our way to catching, getting Tiamat out. Cyclonic Rift. Let's see what happens. We're going to probably want to sacrifice this guy before Yiga comes down, otherwise they get 2 counters, and we don't really want to see that. Greta. The Rift is going to be really good here as well. What's the ward cost? Sack of food. Annoying. Let's just kill her. 3, 4, 5. Is that enough? I think that's 5, 6, 7, right? Ah, you have to hover right over the card precisely. Yep, that is 7 mana. So what do I think about Reckless Barbarian? Yeah, it's okay. Seems decent. Bounce spell, Miriam, Resurrection Dragon, and those 2 definitely seem to be the favourites here. We'll discard the Earthquake Dragon, and then if we can resurrect it with the Blade Wing, that would be nice. Yeah, this ward is brutal. They're going to blow him up. And we'll leave him in the command zone because we're so far from 9 mana anyway. Let's try Goldspan here. Unless they've got another kill spell. That's going to be pretty irritating if they do. Oh, come on, man. I'm actually going to return it. That's so infuriating having to do that, but wow, we get another treasure. So that's good. It would be nice to hit some more land drops, please. Is the hand just going to be kill spells? I wonder. Curious Forager. Return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. They're going to get Greta back? Fair enough. But they missed a land drop, I believe. Oh no, they get a land. God damn it. No, they've got the land. 7. We'll go for Terror of the Peaks. And then in the following turn, if we go for Blade Wing, then we're going to deal loads of damage. We're going to deal 11 damage with Blade Wing. Because this comes in, and then it returns Tiamat. If you had loads more mana, you could even activate this black red ability in response to Terror of the Peaks damage, which would be a crazy amount of damage. If you had like a lot more, we could literally screw them over by bouncing that. But no, I think them getting 3 and drawing 3 is inconsequential compared to what we're going to be able to do. Though that is powerful. Nice. Wow, Earthquake. Yeah, okay, let's see what we can even return this and deal loads more as well. What do we want to do? Deals combat damage to a player. Let's just go for this. We can slow roll. We have Cyclonic Rift mana next turn, so we can bounce all of their stuff and probably win from there. If the Copper Dragon stays alive and we get D20 treasures, it's going to be crazy. Ah, Liliana. That sucks.
I do hope you make this battle exciting for me.
Okay, so they looks like they did play us a bit. But we do have the Goldspan Dragon to kill the Lily, but they got an insane hit there. So much power. 11 mana's worth of peak red mythic. And a Deathrite Shaman. World Tree. But we need to kill this Liliana. Yeah. Let's take care of her. And then I even think we probably just go for Kalia. Because why not? So now they kind of need a board wipe again. which Liliana basically did in the previous turn there. But then a board wipe would also eradicate Deathrite Shaman, which I'm more than happy to do. See, go away, because it is going to be annoying considering we do have an Earthquake Dragon waiting in the graveyard for us. If they're just going to go for medium cards like Gilded Goose rather than anything bigger, then no, I've got no issues with that. And again, we've got the Rift to just absolutely screw him over. One, two, three, four, five. They've not cast Eager once yet, which is interesting considering they're doing a lot of killing and a lot of prep work. But although nothing that's interesting. Counters on the creatures. I love how Kali is simply an attack trigger. She doesn't even have to deal damage to get a trigger off. And there's definitely a forage sub-theme here. Oh, Zergo as well. I think it's safe to just simply attack first. Well, we'll try to anyway. So now we get a mirror map. We're going to get double of the dragons. Wow. This is not good news for them, is it? Because now any dragons that we play... Well, any dragons that are... enter will become double, and that is very problematic for them. Down to 7. So we get 2 Blade Wings. So we get 2 targets, which means that they're going to be able to exile one of them with the Deathrite Shaman. Wild. But if they respond to that, they're not even letting us see the second trigger. Sure thing. I mean, they're dead anyway, right? Because we're going to get a Tiamat now. Which is actually 2 Tiamats. Oh, no, but it's a cast trigger, but it doesn't matter. They still quit. Oh, that was crazy. That was really crazy. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.